Hello, hello. I think should be able to hear me. Not quite sure. I'm trying to test a number of things. So I'm a little all over the place. But if you can hear me, let me know in the chat. I think I got JB and Nick here, which is pretty cool. Appreciate you guys coming by. Yeah, cool. You can hear me. Yeah, well, like I said, I appreciate you guys coming by. I'm just mainly doing a little channel update, see what's going on. I haven't done a live stream by myself in a long time, so figured I'd jump on, just kind of talk to the camera, see who came by. Yeah, I feel weird streaming by myself. I'm used to having somebody else to ask questions, so I didn't want to go too long. A little quiet. Cool. Yeah, it's actually turned down. Let me see. Is that any better? Maybe I'll move it a little closer too, but that should definitely be better. And yeah, so as far as the channel update, I have plans to stream with Nick Quint on Wednesday. We're doing a stream, which should be really interesting. That's really the main reason I wanted to pop on here, is to talk about that. We're doing a stream all about like women in ministry and sexism and apologetics and stuff like that. And this is a topic I'm pretty interested in right now. I started out, if anybody knows me pretty well, I kind of started out as pretty reformed, Calvinist, traditional, complementarian, just kind of went with all these things that I thought were so clear in scripture. And now learning more and more, I'm super interested in learning about topics like egalitarianism and, women pastors and stuff. And Nick has some really interesting insights. He did a stream on adherent apologetics about this, which went super well, which I'd recommend checking out if you're interested in the topic. But, yeah, so we'll be talking about a number of things as far as women in ministry and stuff. And I wanted to leave this here. If anybody checks out the stream, you can leave comments on this video, and I'm trying to gather up as many things as I can to ask Nick before Wednesday. So yeah, if you have anything about questions about that, we're gonna be going over some scripture, and we'll be talking about just a number of things. I know Nick, I heard him say on the adherent apologetic stream he did that he has he thinks the way just ministry in general in America and maybe the Western world or whatever, I'm not exactly sure, but just is not like the Bible explains at all. Not at all. I don't know exactly. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I definitely think it's not so cut and dry. You can't just look at random passage and be like, oh no, Paul didn't want a woman pastor, so therefore pastor. I think the term I remember mentioning something about the term pastor as we use it is not exactly how it's used in the New Testament. So whatever, we'll get into that, which should be super interesting, like I said. So leave any questions or comments you have regarding that topic here. And then next week I plan to have Jonathan Depew on again, and we might be talking about creation, or we might pivot into a little different topic, but I want to get more into this apocalyptic perspective. I've been talking to him a lot, and I really want to learn more. I'll start. So if you haven't seen my stream with him, I definitely recommend checking that out before we stream next week, because we'll be kind of building off of that. And you can also check out Help Me Believe, did a couple streams with Jonathan. And yeah, so he's kind of been making the rounds. And I'm really I feel like I get a grasp of it. And then somebody asked me what in the world is this apocalyptic perspective on Paul? And I try and explain. I did on Craig Reed stream the other night, and I just started fumbling over my words because it's a bit complicated. And Nick also knows a lot about the topic. We talked about it on our stream too. So yeah, I'm just trying to learn more about what the Bible really says, essentially, and these different perspectives and stuff. So shoot, if you guys have anybody checking this out has recommendations for people I should have on, leave them in the comments. If you want to come on, let me know. I know JB's in the chat. I mean, he may not still be here. I don't know. But if he is, he just started a channel, and his first stream is this week at some point, I think, with Dry Apologists. Might be tomorrow. And that'll be pretty cool. I'm excited to see his channel start doing some stuff. He's one of those, I don't know JB super well, but from what I could tell, he's definitely, seems like he'd have a good conversation. So and Dry Apologist should be pretty interesting. He's a good guy to talk to for sure. A little dry, but I guess that's in his name. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. And yeah, so what do I got? Yeah, I mentioned my couple streams coming on. I was going to do a stream today with Inspiring Christianity, Salem. He's pretty active on Twitter. I'm sure. Oh, Wednesday. There you go. Wednesday at 10 a.m. is JB stream. I don't know why on YouTube or on Streamlabs, which is pretty lame. I can't pull up the comments like you can on StreamYard. So that's kind of lame. But yeah, I would pull up your comment, JB, but Streamlabs doesn't let me. But yeah, I was gonna do a stream today actually with Inspiring Christianity on Twitter. He started a small channel. He's a younger guy. If you're not, most people are probably familiar with him a little bit. He's pretty active on Twitter. But we were gonna do a stream just kind of talking about some books that we're reading right now, and which I thought sounded pretty cool. But he's not. I don't think he's able to do it right now. I'm pretty sure he's at work. And I'm working, but I'm on my lunch break. The benefits of working at home, I can just pop on a stream on my lunch break, which is pretty cool. So, and I was doing these at the beginning of quarantine, but it just got hard. But whatever. I think it's a good chance to just jump on for about 20, 30 minutes. Kind of talk to some people. People are bored at work and whatnot. But, yeah, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure if you watch this, you notice my intro thing. I'm trying to get that figured out. It really doesn't seem like it should be that complicated, but I don't know. I tend to make things more complicated than they need to be. But I want to get that going because I think it's pretty cool to have a little waiting room where I'm actually, it doesn't just say waiting because a lot, who knows if I'm going to pop on. But once you start it, like Modern Day Debate does with the little music, and I took that video of that campfire I had this weekend. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah. So I'm kind of just rambling. Didn't really have too much to talk about other than, like I said, I got my streams coming up this week, which yeah, this is the important question, JB, which I'm thinking we will get some college football. He's asking, are we going to get college football this year? And I think we will get some football. I'm feeling good about it, but who knows? Things can change quickly. But yeah, that's the real nitty-gritty. But yeah, like I said, and then I was going to talk about some books I'm reading because I've sort of came across some. I've been actually getting into some good stuff. So there's this one. This is this one. You can see it. I thought you could. Whatever. Guess you're not going to be able to see it. But the one book I'm reading, The 5 Views on Biblical Inerrancy. This one's really good, and I got this one guy. But I got the Zondervan Master Lectures app or whatever. It's a paid app, but it's not super expensive. But they have, for a number of these 5 View books, they have a video series where the actual scholars who wrote the essays and responses go on video and record their responses. So it's really good. So I've been not so much reading this 5 Views on Biblical Inerrancy book, but listening to lectures, which is the whole book. It's just these essays. So that's been really good. I've learned a lot. It's got the 4 guys. What we got? We got Al Mohler, who's a reformed, inerrantist, believes strict, strong inerrancy, and then Michael Bird, who gives a really interesting take on inerrancy. He does it from a international view, so he kind of says a lot of things, and which I resonate with me for sure. Which it seems obvious, kind of when you think about it, how this topic of inerrancy is kind of an American thing. It's so big in American evangelicalism, and the rest of the world doesn't really use those terms and stuff in their statements of faith. So it's interesting to hear his perspective and then all the responses. If you ever read the 5 Views books, the way they work. It's kind of each person, they get 4 or 5 people to write an essay on a topic, and then each person responds to each other person. And they're really well done. So it's interesting to hear his view about the international view. And then there's Pete Enns, who takes basically, it says inerrancy is not something we should even expect or ask of the text. It's just not a topic we should even be bringing up, which is pretty interesting. So, and then there's Van Hooser and Frankie, which I'm not too familiar with these guys. And I'm like halfway through the book. I've heard their responses to other people, but I haven't really gotten into their views too much, which maybe I'm being biased because I don't know who they are and I'm not paying enough attention. But I was really wanting to hear what like someone like Moeller and Michael Bird had to say about Pete Enns' view, because I knew about his view before, not exactly fully laid out like they do in this book, which was good, but I was interested to see what they thought about that. And then there's this other 5 views, whatever, they're like a series where they get a number, but there's this 4 views on free will that I'm kind of going through, but not so much. But I wanted to shout out to the Democracy of the Dead channel. If you guys are watching this and you don't follow their channel, you're doing something wrong, because they have a super small channel. Well, not super small, it's only a little bit smaller than mine, but they just broke 100 subscribers. But their channel is way better than mine, so I don't understand why they have less than me. But it's these guys, Michael. He goes by MJ, and Chris. And they're going through this 4 views on free will. They're going to make it a series. So I'm kind of just following along with them, reading that when I'm have a little time, looking over it, but more following their videos, which I definitely recommend checking out. And they just started. He just did the first one a couple days ago. So, and they're big on philosophy, bigger than me on a lot of these philosophical topics like free will. They're both Molinists, which is really interesting, because the Molinism's like a tough topic. You see it got really popular all of a sudden, I feel like, with a lot of online like Christians, but then I realized there's a lot of issues. But then it's nice to hear these like people who really dove into it. I'm not like saying they're any, I was gonna say like intellectual, but I mean plenty of people are but they go into the topic, so they're able to defend it much better than a lot of people. So I learned a lot. But their channel's great. All that to say, check out Democracy of the Dead channel. And this last book I'm reading, which I don't really talk about this stuff too much, but it's more of like a spiritual book. It's called He and I by Gabrielle. I don't know how to say her name. I think she's French. But she's a Catholic mystic is the term. And it was written in the 1930s to 1950s. It's this diary she had of like her prayer life. It's super interesting. I mean, I'm not Catholic, but it got recommended it to me by one of my Catholic friends, and this book it's basically, I'm only a little ways in, and it's changed my prayer life, that's for sure. Just reading it, it's just wild. So if you're a Christian, can't imagine JB would get too much out of it. Maybe he would. Read it, JB, and you'll become a Christian. But no, if you're interested in more of like a spiritual, devotional type book, I just never expected I would like something like this, and it has just sucked me in. It's really awesome. So it's called He and I. I had plans of showing my other screen like on StreamYard. It's so easy, but I try and get fancy with Streamlabs, and I realize there's little things. But yeah, Nick Quint, looking forward to Wednesday. I'm super looking forward to Wednesday. I'll try and shoot you a list of questions today. I'll have some, and then maybe I'll come up with a few more tomorrow. I want to give you preparation, because I want to kind of go through them somewhat systematically, just so, because I saw a stream, it was on Revealed Apologetics with Hugh Ross, and he did a really good job of like boom, 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 going through questions, and I'm more of like wanting to just have a conversation, which is good too. That's what I feel like we did last time, and that was awesome. But I think a lot of people can get a lot out of if we actually go through some questions I hear. I tried to talk to some people at my church, because like I said, I go to a pretty complementarian church, so I'm curious like what they think. So I'll talk to some people, like I said, try and get a list of questions. And I want to check out I was looking at like John Piper's website, so because that's kind of the circles I'm in, and I'm curious what they say, what kind of scriptures they use to back it up and whatnot. And so we'll have a list. And like I said, if anybody is watching this and has any questions on the topic, mainly like women and apologetics and ministry, leave them in the comments, and I'll try and round them all up. But I might actually check Carl like on that Adherent Apologetic video too, and see what people were saying on there, because I bet some people brought some stuff up, because that was definitely really good. I don't want to go through like the same stuff you went through on there, but kind of build off of that a little bit, but not expect everybody had watched that, if that makes sense. But yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to kind of jump on, give a little channel update, test out the stream, see how bad I could fail, which kind of wasn't too bad. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And do I have anything else? I probably need to get back to work here in like 15 minutes, so I don't see it really. I think we just got like Nick and JB might have dipped out on us after I answered his burning question about college football. But no. What else do I have going on? I know Eric Verthaler, he's been on my channel a couple times, and he should be doing a stream, I think later today. They're going through this Crossway video that just was bad about theistic evolution. They were just like trashing theistic evolution. So he's got a few of his friends. I was supposed to join it, but got pretty busy, and they seem like they got it taken care of. So I think they'll be going live today, and I'll tweet out about it if I see anything. I'm not exactly sure, but I saw them. They're doing a lot of prep, and I think they're gonna really do a good job of just debunking this myth that theistic evolution is like anti-Christianity and anti-Christian gospel and stuff, which is, yeah, I hate it. That was really where I started my channel, was YEC stuff, going against it, but kind of moved on to more like interviews and stuff. But it's really cool to see them taking this on, and it's like a really popular video, so it just kills me. I think just those ideas keep so many people away. Like, if you don't believe in evolution, that's fine, but don't make it sound like that's part of Christianity, is denying evolution. God, I hate that. But anyway, anything else we got going on? I've been on a number of streams recently, which, if you don't follow Rationale Radio, I was on their stream. His name's Dylan Johnson. That was pretty cool. We just went over a few arguments for God, like philosophical arguments such as, Kalam and the contingency. And yeah, don't get the hostility towards evolution. Yeah, I know. It's such a weird thing. And then the more, like, at first I got into it too, and then the more you realize, like, I'm not a biologist. Like, why are we arguing biology? Why are we arguing quantum physics and stuff? Like, some people, sure, if that's what you can get into, I don't think you have to be like a PhD biologist to talk about it, but the people who do talk about it are so uneducated on the subject. It's really weird. So, whatever. Yeah. I don't even want to, yeah. But, and, what was I saying? Yeah, I was on Rationale Radio. I've been on MathPig's channel, which was cool. I was actually pretty cool. MathPig, if you don't follow him, he's an agnostic atheist channel, but he's been doing a lot of like open hangouts with just letting people in, trying to get better conversations between Christians and atheists and whatnot. And he was doing one with a bunch of like women's rights, like just women's discussion. Oh, sounds good, Nick. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, he was doing like a women discussion, and I actually got my wife to jump on my channel and talk on there, and that was super interesting. So, yeah, so big things happening in the old Spartan theology world now, but been having fun with my channel, trying to figure it out is wild and get some content on here. And like I said, I know I'm kind of rambling. Who knows how long I'll even keep this stream up, but I just wanted to jump on basically in front of the camera because I haven't done it in so long by myself. And, whatchamacallit? So, went on Rationale Radio, went on MathPig's channel. Talked about my books, talked about my streams. Yeah, if you don't follow me on Twitter, check me out on Twitter. That's where I'm most active, is YouTube and Twitter. And, yeah, I don't know what else, too much else we got going on other than my stream. Yeah, whatever. I don't need to just sit here and ramble forever. But if you could check out my streams coming up, be sure to share them. I'll be on Twitter. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to Wednesday with Nick for sure. That should be really good. And, with that, I guess I'm going to head out because it looks like I got 0 viewers now. Bunch of bums left me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sitting here rambling. But, yeah, let's see. I want to test out a few things before I go. I'm probably just gonna like not even keep this stream live, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I don't need to sit here and test this out live, I guess. Doing it live. But no, I appreciate you guys coming by. And like I said, looking forward to Wednesday. So with that, everybody, God bless. Thanks for watching. Share the videos, like the videos. I'm at 160 subscribers. Yeah, I gotta do something for 150, but I might get to 200 before I really get a chance to like do something big. If I can get to 200, that would be pretty legit. So yeah, if you're watching this, subscribe to the channel and then tell someone else and subscribe to the channel and then subscribe on your other account, which you probably have, or just make another account because I'm sure you have more than one email.